is. Hey folks, Sunny Fahuri, aka Darth Caboose here. We're back with our 4th campaign of Let's Play Labyrinth, The War on Terror. This is actually our 2nd campaign of Labyrinth, The Awakening, the expansion. And so this is the 2nd turn of our 4th campaign. So we've dealt the starting hand cards, and we're ready to go. So let's see here. I'm just gonna double check the mic quality. Seems good. So it's up to us first, and we have our hand. Let's take a look. See here. Wow, we have quite a few U.S. cards. The cubes outnumber number of cells. At least 2 to 1. Make ally and roll governance. Alright. So that could be actually. So as of right now, that's not the case. That's a little concerning. Okay, so status quo, we need to get another cell in Afghanistan. And that would prevent that from being affected. Troops and all their markers stay there. Yeah, I mean, we would like to keep them pinned down if possible, so that's something we can do. Civil resistance, that's another thing that isn't great. Obama Doctrine is also pretty tough. Let's see what we have here. Korean crisis, move 2 troops to off track until next. Set China to opposite of U.S. posture. Don't like any of these. These are kind of rough. The U.S. consulate attacked. -2 prestige. Randomly move 1 card from U.S. player's hand. If U.S. election later this turn, posture automatically switches. I like that. That seems like a good card to start off with. But what I think I want to do is I want to play a 3-ops card. Roll governance. Okay. So we're going to play regional Al-Qaeda. Actually, may as well. Oh man, there's so many things we have to worry about. Non-Islamist country, -1 funding. So we're gonna be losing a funding. But if we do the major jihad in Pakistan, that would get us off to a good start. Okay, we're gonna play regional Al-Qaeda for the 3-ops, and we will perform a major jihad in Pakistan. So we set these guys to active, so they're all rabbling. And we roll 3 die. Wow. Just my luck. We get 3 failures. Because they're 5 and the country's governance at 3. So 3 of these guys go kaputskis. Sent to the funding track. And then that was what's known as a major failure. Because we rolled 3 die, the country was a poor. So the country shifts over to an ally, and a besieged regime marker is placed. So essentially, it's a attempt to. Where's the marker? There it is, besieged regime. So it's a compensation for failing as epically as we did. Wow. All right, our second card is going to be. I think we'll play status quo, and we'll go ahead and use the 3 operations points first. And what we're going to do is we're going to place a cell in Afghanistan, which prevents the event from firing, essentially. And then we'll attempt to recruit twice in Pakistan to get the guys back in there. Oh, this time we get double. Okay, double 1s. That's great. That means 2 guys are placed there. Okay, that's the end of our action phase. It's over to the United States. So their first card is going to be Arab Spring Fallout. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to our flowchart here. There are no plots, so we can skip this section. We go straight down here. They can't reassess, so we skip that part. Playable non-jihadist. Well, this is playable, so this can happen. And I think that's what they're just going to play it, and then the event will happen, and that's it. Place 1 awakening marker in up to 2 countries that do not have awakening markers and are not adjacent to countries with awakening markers. So there's quite a few countries on the board that can do that. So let's take a look, see at the Arab Spring Fallout? Okay, there's nothing quite there about that. Let's take a look, see here at the Yeah. When placing aid or awakening markers, the U.S. spot uses the War of Idea Muslims priorities box. Okay, so we'll go down here to the War of Ideas priorities box. Lowest number of plot dice, regime change. So Afghanistan would be a target, but it already has an awakening marker, so that is not applicable. Caliphate capital? Nope. Pakistan? Can't be targeted because there is an awakening marker adjacent in Afghanistan, so that's not possible. Okay, Syria and then Iran. So Syria is possible, but it's unmarked. So I think what the U.S. could do is target it and then attempt to place the awakening marker there. Iran cannot have a marker placed because it is still a non-Muslim country. So it looks like Syria is going to be one of the two countries. I assume they're going to choose two, right? I mean, why would they only choose one? So Syria is going to get tested. We're going to roll a die. Comes out to hard. And they get, comes out to a 6, which is fair. I'm confusing Syria for Iran here. And Iran can't even be soft. So, okay. So they get themselves an awakening marker, which is placed right in Syria. Let's see here. Next up is going to be... Okay, so we did Syria, Iran, civil war countries, adjacent good ally. Well, there are no good allies yet. Highest resource. Okay, highest resource. There's quite a few. The Gulf states could work. Let's see here. Neutral. Sure. Highest resources. I'm going to assume they'd pick the Gulf states here. Neutral, besieged regime. Few cells, troops. Okay. That's interesting because none of these are technically neutral yet, so we can kind of skip that part, right? Adjacent good ally, no highest resource. Of the remaining, it's Iraq can't be selected because we've picked Syria. Although this does happen simultaneously. Interesting. How does this happen simultaneously? Could they hypothetically pick Syria and Iraq? Maybe. I'd actually be fine with it being placed in Iraq. Let's see. Fewest cells, troops. So that doesn't meet that requirement. I think the answer is going to be the Gulf states when you look at everything. Yeah, so an awakening marker is placed in the Gulf states. Oh man, this is not good for us. Alright, that's the first card of their card play. Second one is going to be Prisoner Exchange. Play if both sides have cards in hand. U.S. gives jihadist... Okay, so first of all, Prisoner Exchange. Let's consult the chart here. Prisoner Exchange. Treat as unplayable. Okay, never mind. It's an unplayable card. So, playable... Nope, it's not. And so they have 2 operations points to do stuff with. Okay. Disrupt in poor Muslim country. They can't. 2 is not enough. Two operations points. Islam is true. Nope. Regime change not possible. Or if idea and Muslim with DRM greater equal to 0. Yeah, I think there's a few choices, right? Hang on, let's see here. So their DRM is at -1 because of the minus true from the GWAT and +1 prestige, so it's -1. But there are countries that have awakening in them, so they get +1. So can they do a War of Idea Muslim? Yes, they can. So War of Idea Muslim, poor with highest DRM, nope. Fair with highest DRM, yep. They can target a fair. I think Syria is the only choice here, right? Because -1 +1, it's at 0. The Gulf states is not possible because it's going from fair to good, which is a further -1, so it's actually a -1 modifier, which looks like they're going to pick Syria, right? Poor with highest DRM, fair with highest DRM, yeah, it's going to be Syria. So they're going to do a War of Ideas in Syria. Roll away, they get a 6. Oh man. So that means they will now become an ally because they were neutral. Alright. US player doing rather well. Okay, and that's the resolve plots phase. It's over to us. So let's see here. We can do some hand management, or we can try another push for Pakistan, which might not be a bad idea. Do any two of the following. Place one awakening marker. Place... What happens when the Obama Doctrine is played? Obama Doctrine. Choose +1 prestige and -1 funding. If one or both has no effect, awakening then aid. I'm actually okay with them doing that. If awakening then aid. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and play the Obama Doctrine. And we'll do it for the event. Not for... Sorry, we'll have the event fire. So it's going to be -1 funding and +1 prestige. And then we have 2 operations points. We're going to move 2 cells over to Pakistan. Hopefully this will succeed. Oops. This guy goes to sleep. These guys go over there. And we will spend a 2 ops card. We could try our luck and play factional infighting. Let's do it. Alright. So we'll play factional infighting for 2 ops, and we'll do a war of idea in... Not war of idea. We'll do a major jihad in Pakistan. So we're only going to be rolling 2 die. All these guys go flippity-flip to active. Rolling 2 die. We get 2 failures. Wow. So this guy's are sent off to the funding track. They go back to sleep. And then the event fires. Okay, factional infighting. Factional infighting. Alright. Highest cells minus cubes remove first. If multiple candidates use disrupt priorities. Okay, so highest cells minus cubes. That's just going to be Pakistan. So activate 1 cell and remove up to 2 cells in a single Muslim non-Islamist country. So these guys are also gone. Sent to the funding track. And then we lose the funding. Boop! Wow. You're getting wrecked. I thought we would get at least 1 success there, but I went for a slightly more risky play. Paid the price. Alright, that's both of our cards. It's over to the United States. UNSCR! UNSCR 2118. Let's take a look, see what this guy does. UNSCR. Nope, no listing there. Alright, no plots on the board. Can't reassess with this card. If ally... Okay, play if Syria marked and not adversary or IR. Okay, so that is the case. If ally, remove its 2 WMDs from the game. Oh, dang. So these guys are gone. We'll just put them over on the off forces so we know they're gone. If neutral, keep 1 R&D. Okay, +1 prestige for each WMD removed. Wow. That's awful. Discard out of play. United States very bravely going after the WMDs in Syria. Okay, next up is international banking regime. So this is an event that can happen, so it will happen. Roll 1 die. Funding reduced by half that number. Round it up. I get a 5. Oh dear. So 5 divided by 2. It's 2.5. This means our funding is bottomed out. Awesome. Alright. Let's move their cards. It's back over to us. Well then. Bit of the doldrums here. Let's go ahead and play U.S. Consulate Attacked for the event. Actually, you know what? Let's do Civil Resistance first. That will be for plotting. So this is going to be sent to the first plot box. And it's going to be a double plot attempt in Afghanistan. Because they're already active there. So we'll just flip these guys to active. And then 2 die. Yep, sounds about right. 2 failures. Next up is going to be Operation Serval. What does that do? If U.S. play in a poor level 1 or 2 resource African country. I take it. So Africa is not something that's defined in this game, but I suspect it's any of these countries here, right? So place into civil war. We don't have enough funding to really support that, so I think we're just going to plot some more, I think. So 2 ops. I'm going to do another double plot in Afghanistan. Hey, 2 successes. Nice. So that was a 2 ops card. Where'd it go? Oh, hello. There it is. Interesting. So, yeah, it's a 2-ups card, and that means we can only place a max of a 2, but we're going to place both of them there, I suppose. So, 2. Alright. 2 and 2. Is that a 2? That's a 3. What the heck? Are they both? They are. Look at that. Alright, so those 2 ops are placed. Those 2 plots are placed in Afghanistan. And now it is over to the... Hello. To the United States with their 2 cards. First card is going to be Sectarian Violence. Ooh, this is a... okay, hang on. First of all, we have plots. So we go over to the plot section. Start here. WMD, place in the country. Nope. Free ops available? Nope. They only have 1 op. They don't have any reserves. Playable non-jihadist. Yes! It is a playable non-jihadist. So we go to the power flow chart. So we get over to the power flow chart and we're like, okay, reassessment possible? Nope. Playable non-jihadist. Yep. Play the event. Alright. Remove 1 awakening or 1 reaction marker from any country. So it looks like they are going to do that, right? So sectarian violence. I think that... Okay, there's no violence. Nope, there's no section of that. So let's see what happens. I'm not... I think... Yeah, for the removing of the or removing reaction markers uses the War of Idea Priorities box. Okay, but basically they're going to remove 1 single awakening reaction marker. There's only 1 on the board. It's going to be Egypt. So this guy's gone. And that was a neutral card, so they get to place that 1 into reserves. Alright, their next card is going to be Critical Middle. Alright, so this is a... Okay, so it's a 1-op card. If it is playable, but the key thing is that even if we follow the power flow chart here, they don't have 3 ops available, so we go no. And it's not the last card of the Jihad play. It is a playable event, so we go yes. And they're going to basically play this card for the event, and then that stuff happens. Okay, let's see here. If US play in a fair level 2 or level 3 resource country, place 1 awakening marker or shift alignment 1 towards ally. Okay, let's take a look here. Critical middle. Critical middle. Okay, so this is the US section here. Shift alignment if possible. Priority to adversary, then War of Idea priorities. If shift not possible, place using War of Idea. Sure, so shift alignment if possible. So we're going to do the shifting alignment first. And let's see here. So shift alignment, priority adversary, then War of Idea priorities. Okay, so we'll go to the War of Idea priorities here. Shift towards ally. The only possibility is going to be either Egypt or Central. So it's these 3 countries here, right? I assume they don't target a fair. Oh, it's a fair country. My bad. So it's going to be Central Asia, right? Central Asia. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Because they can target... That's the only country they can target for that alignment shift. And it does say down here that if shift not possible, but a shift is possible. So these guys shift over to ally. And, okay, after playing or discarding, place this card face down in the approximate middle of the draw pile. The critical middle. And so the way to do this is we're going to draw a specific number of cards. We're going to draw, oops, we're going to draw 44 cards. That's half of 88. Just put them over there. And we take this card over here, plop it in the middle, and then draw the remaining 44, put them back on top, and that's the process by which you do that. Alright, that's the end of that. Oh, that was a 1-op card. That goes in reserves. And that was their second card, so they're done. However, the plots do nefariously go off. So, there are troops there, so they lose 2 prestige, and we gain 2 funding. Excellent. On the rise. Let's go ahead and return these 2. Well, no, these guys go over here because it's not the end of the turn. That's over to us. Alright. I think more plotting is in order. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. So We're going to use 3 operations points to do even more plotting. We're going to plot twice in Afghanistan, once in Iraq. Iraq, Afghanistan, Afghanistan. So here we go. All successes. Very nice. So I'm just going to place... yeah, I'll place the 3 there. Not a huge deal. 1 and a 1. Yeah, there's only 1s remaining, so we'll just leave it at that. That's our first... we could plot with this card, but I don't quite see it. We're going to go ahead and play it for the event. So, -2 prestige. Randomly remove 1 card from the US player's hand. So, whoop. Let's take a look at what that was. Intel Community. Okay, not bad. -2 prestige. We did the prestige dunking. Randomly remove 1 card. If US selection later this turn, posture automatically rolls. I'm just going to leave this out here so we can keep track of that. So if the last card of the US is the election, I doubt it though, but who knows? Alright, so that's the end of that. It's over to the US. And they have 1 op, so this guy can basically go away. Alright, it's not a remove. Okay. AQAP. Okay, so let's go over to the post alert. No, the ARF. No WMD. 3 ops are available. Last card of the phase. For US reserves less than 2. It is the last card of the phase. So we go yes. Alert table. Alright. So, this card will be used for 1 op, presumably plus the 2, for alerting the plots, but let's see what happens here. Okay. Alert priorities. WMD in US. WMD of troops. In the US, good Muslim, non-Muslim, if plot with move funding. Nope, that's not true. Fair Muslim with troops. Highest plot number. Okay, so it's going to be the Iraq one, which it's kind of inconsequential. Alright, so let's see here. Alright, table modifiers. Any Islamist rule? Pirates, fracking, last turn? Nope. Okay, so there are 2 other plots in poor Muslim countries. So you can see here it's going to be +1 funding for each and then -1 prestige. So really, we take the funding and the prestige. It's actually going to be 5 and 5, right? Because it's +2 funding, -2 funding. Like we're looking at the one in Iraq, right? We're saying, okay, in a vacuum, we have to consider that these 2 are also going to go off. So really, the funding is going to be at 5 and the prestige is going to be at 5. So we go to 5-5. And we see here R3U. So it's a Muslim country, so we consult the R. R is roll a die. Subtract 1 from roll for each aid with a plot. Alert if result is less than or equal to the plot number, which is 3 in this case. So we roll a die, we get a 2. Okay, so 2 is less than or equal to 3, which means they will alert the plot. So this guy is returned to the... Well, let's put it over here. And they use all of their reserves and the 1 op card that we chucked away. So that guy is alerted. And that is their only card, because remember we played the... there was another card we played that dunked one of their cards. So that's that. Alright, we get to resolve plots. These guys go off. The US loses 2 prestige. And our funding goes up 2. Huzzah! Take that, United States. Alright, so these guys go back over here, and they have been resolved. Okay, that's the end of the round. End of the turn. And let's do some end turn stuff. So, -1 funding. Ka-chunk. We're still at moderate, so that's good. -1 prestige. There are no Islamic countries, unfortunately. +1 prestige. Nope. They're not at the same level. Return pasta available. Back you go. Into the available plots. Reserves to 0. Oh, that's the United States ignores that. I don't have any reserves. Return plots available. Conduct polarization. Okay, so in this case, there is actually a country that has more than 1 awakening marker, which is Egypt. And so if we consult the rules here, you can see that when a country has +2, you will add an extra awakening marker there. So they're going to get another awakening marker over there. Chunk. So that up to a +3 now. That's really tough for us. That means our jihad rolls there is going to be. I think this country is kind of out of reach. So there's that. Okay, there's no civil war country, so we ignore that part. Conduct polarization, that's right. Civil war, yep, we skip that. Deal new cards. We'll go ahead and remove the lapsing event as well. And off, yep. Okay, so we'll deal with new cards. It's 8 for the US, 8 for us, so let's do that. I know of that critical middle. I should technically go back and forth between the two players, but kind of lazy. Alright, 2, 3. Oh man, sticky. Alright, so that is the end of this turn. Let's update. I don't think I've updated these yet. Let's go and do that right now. I think it's going to be quite good for the United States. GWOT penalty is the same. It's at a +2 hard. Okay, we have 3 fair countries, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 poor countries. So that's that. All right, and yeah, resources are at 0. That was quick. All right, let's go ahead and save this. And that is the end of our second turn of this campaign. Things got quite bad for the jihadists. Their funding tanked considerably, which locked them out of their extra cells. The United States was successful in procuring those 2 WMDs. Oh, hey! Oh, hang on. I just realized. When the US does remove WMD plots, or WMD, yeah, they actually gain a prestige for each one, so they actually should be at 7 prestige. Let me just double check that. Okay, so it was a 5-5, right? That would have technically been a 7-5. So let's see, T, yes if with troops. Okay, so it looks like, thankfully, no significant changes there. Wow, that was a mistake. Yeah, you got to keep track of whenever a WMD plot is removed for whatever reason, alerted or removed for an event, US gets a prestige for each one, so they should actually be up to 7. Alright, cool. So yeah, they got rid of those plots, and all is relatively good in the world for the United States. For the jihadists, we had a really botched set of rolls in Pakistan and some infighting that occurred when the country didn't fall under its knees. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully we'll turn things around in turn number 3 of this campaign. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. My name is Sunny Fakhuri, aka Darfuz, and you've been watching our Let's Play Labyrinth, the War on Terror, the Awakening campaign number 4. I'll see you all in turn number 3 video. See you guys next time.